Let me log on now. Am I live? Give me a thumbs up if I'm live, guys. Oh, there you go. I am. Got a really weird picture for my thumbnail. So, what's up? Who's out there right now? Let's see. Let me get this a little better focused. So I'm in my office, my new office. Check this out. I don't know. So the reason why I've got a new office, or I've had this office, but we were using it as kind of like the conference room. This is a room that we bring in new hires, or this is where we bring people in that we want to talk to quietly, This is where we filled out paperwork for new people, but I need a place where I can close the door and not have anybody bother me. Payroll's starting to get hard to do in the amount of time that I want to get it done. And if I'm out in my normally my office, like my desk is where like everybody's desk is. And the problem with that is I'm needed quite a bit, even though I think that most people, especially in the office, can make up their own minds and think about their own ways of handling situations. I think having me there is just easy to bounce ideas off and say, hey, what do you think if I do this? Or can I do this? Or should I do this? Or this is happening. And most of the time they don't need me. So I just figure, you know what? I've got to get out of there. I'm going to put my office in here. There's a lot of stuff that I need to do that requires like dedicated time. I want to look at numbers a lot better, and if I'm out there, somebody's always pulling me. And the thing is, if I could just close my door, which I didn't have previously, it's like I'm not here. People don't ask for me, and things still get done probably better than if I were. A lot of times people know what they should do, and because they ask me, I start to think about things, and then I make up a different way of doing it, and it kind of throws them off because they had another idea of what they were going to do, and I'm like, dude, then why did you even bring it up to me? Just do it. So anyway, guys, as my title says, we broke a window this week. So I kind of wanted to talk about my process when we break a window. Actually, let me move this here. Maybe the light will be better. Is that better? So what's the process when we break a window? First of all, we have a place that we call, and we have a file with them, an account, so we can call them. They know that we're going to pay, so they hurry up and get an estimator out to the house. They do an estimate. They send us the estimate. We say, do it, we'll pay it. And then they coordinate with the homeowner. And we know that this company is really professional, so we just go with them all the time. And so the main question is, do you still charge for the service you were doing when you broke the window? So we've broken 3 windows this year. 2 of them by Mo Guys, 1 of them by the garden crew that was string trimming a gravel area and a rock. Broke a window. Oh, and then late last year, like at the very end of the season, I think it was the last sprinkler job of the year, the sprinkler guys broke a window, if you could believe that. The sprinkler guys also do stump grinding because they use the attachment, they use the trencher, and it's just, they know how to use that, the mini skid steer really good. So they put the stump grinder on and they stump grind. And while they were doing that, a, a rock hit a window. And they swear they didn't do it. They swear they didn't do it. And in fact, the homeowner called us like 2 months after we were on the property, and they said we did it. And you know, it might have been, I don't know, but our guys swear they didn't do it. But what can you do, you know? Windows are actually a lot cheaper than I thought. Windows, I think they've ranged from like $200, like $150, as high as $380. I don't think I've paid any more than that unless there was a down payment that I forgot about. I may be looking at just the final bills. But what's up? Who's out there, man? Let me know. Um, so here's the question. Obviously, that window that we broke and they told us about it 2 months later, we got paid for the job, obviously, because so much time had before we found out about a broken window. So we got paid for that. The garden guys broke a window while they're string trimming, and that homeowner asked us if we would comp the service, and I said no. No, we're not going to comp the service. We're going to pay for your window, but the service that we did, actually on that garden cleanup, that bill was in the $900 range. So, you know, yeah, we had to break a window, but that one was actually a shed window. So it was really cheap. That one was like 150 bucks. He was like, to be honest with you, I don't know how much a window costs. I was figuring they were going to be like $700 or $800, and I said no, they're roughly around $250. They're about $250 for a window, and so anyway, the company that I go through went out, did an estimate, and it was like 150 bucks. So I told the homeowner, this was before I knew the estimate, you know, you got to be confident. Right when it happened, he calls and he says, hey, so what are we going to do? I think you should comp my service. And I said, no, I'm not going to do that. We're going to buy you a new window, but I still have to make payroll and pay the guys that were on your property. But I'm going to buy you a new window. So he said, oh, okay. So we charged them. And then they handled the broken window with the company that we sent out. And all they have to do is just to be there the day that they're going to install the window. That's all the homeowner needs to do. We'll pay for everything. The other window was... the Mo guys were doing edging and broke a window, and we still charge. We still charge for the service, you know. If a homeowner said, "Hey," and the price was reasonable, like 200 or less, and they said, "Why don't we just, you know, you just not charge me for today's service, and don't worry about the window." If it's under $200 or $250, I'd say, yeah, that sounds fair. Thank you. But if the service is over $250, I'd rather just charge the customer for the service that we did and charge and buy them a new window. Now, there are exceptions, right? If you broke a window and it's like totally no window there and you've got to put like plastic around it until they get a new window, maybe then I would make an exception as far as when to charge them. Maybe I'd say, look, we're not going to charge you until the window is put in place, and then we'll charge you after that just for the inconvenience. But I've never had to do that. We always just, luckily the windows that we break, it's usually just like, kind of like a glass shatter, but not falling kind of thing. Or a chip where it obviously needs to be replaced, but it's not just a hole in the wall. So if that were to happen, I don't know. You got to talk to the homeowner and find out what would be reasonable for them to want you to do. But for the most part, you charge for the service that you did. You let them know you still have to make payroll. You still got to pay the guys that were there. But I am getting you a new window. So that's kind of how we deal with broken windows. Green Cuts Property Service. Hey guys, how's it going? Oh man, it has been stressful, dude. This has been the most stress year I've ever had so far. I believe, we're having good weeks, consistently good weeks. Sprinkler division is doing much better. Um, we're hiring sprinkler guys like crazy. I hired 3 guys last week. 2 of them showed up and went to work. One of them starts Tuesday, who was supposed to start Monday, but he's actually getting a root canal. And he called me 2 days after I hired him to let me know that he's going to have a root canal and he's going to need Monday off. And I was like, dude, as long as you give me this kind of notice, I'm good. So thank you. So I've got a 3rd one coming in, and I've got a new one starting in probably a week and a half. He put in his 2-week notice at his other job, and I'm gonna really try and make this young guy like an apprentice. Really take him under my wing, because I see that this could be something he could, he'll be here for a while, I hope, and hopefully he makes good money. So I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, guys, so things are going really good, but super stressful. I've never dealt with so much stress in my life. Part of the stress is that there's about between 3 to 5 customers every day that have some kind of issue, that they're not happy for something. And it's not a specific service, right? It's not like it's mowing every time. Maybe if 4 people send in some kind of call or email about them not being happy, it's maybe one of them is mowing. So another service that we're getting some complaints, but I feel like we're still perfecting it and working it better, is selling the garden blocks. So a customer says, hey, I need garden weeding. And instead of us saying, well, we're out about 2 weeks or 3 weeks, is it just weeding that you need, or do you need shrub pruning? No, I just need weeding. Okay, well, then we could sell you a 4-hour block, 8-hour block, 12-hour block. So we sell 4-hour blocks, basically. And if you do that, we can get somebody out there this week, because we have a crew that's all they do now. And it's going really well. But sometimes, people, when you're doing hourly service, there's always going to be a group of people, customers, that are going to be upset that they thought that you can get this job done in 4 hours, whereas our professional guys that do this for a living know it's going to take 8 hours. But yet somehow a homeowner thinks that we can do it in 4 hours. So that's always going to be an issue anytime you do hourly work. So I'm not really mad that happens, because we went into this service knowing that was going to be an issue, that was going to be a complaint every now and then. So I understand. So what we're trying to do to fix that is we're sending Fernando to go look at them first, and then he tells us if a 1-man crew can do it in 4 hours, or if 2-man can do it in 4 hours or 8 hours. Also, if there's more work than just weeding, he'll get the details and he'll tell the homeowner what to expect as far as time. And again, he'll dispatch that to whichever crew he thinks in the gardens can do that job. So he did it yesterday. He went out, looked at properties, and one of them I was like, dude, I just need you to look at it. I know you're busy, you're full today, so all you got to do is look at that property and tell me when to put it on the schedule and who's going to do it. And he just said, no, we'll take care of it today. So I said, are you sure? He goes, yeah, no problem. So they took care of it. So I guess as long as I throw them to Fernando, he can talk to the homeowners and he can dispatch it to whoever he thinks. So, we're really lucky in that way too. So maybe in a short time, that 4-hour blocks, or I shouldn't say 4-hour blocks, but the garden blocks is going to be running in a way that maybe we're not going to get complaints, but we'll see. But as far as we've got a gardener looking at the property, I think that's a better chance of a happy customer than just a phone call and us sending out a gardener without them knowing what to expect. You know what I mean? Even though that does work too, but that's when you get yourself into some kind of trouble when the gardeners think, do you really think I was supposed to get this all done in 4 hours? And I go, well, just work on the front, I guess, you know? My other problem is that some of my gardeners, they can't speak English, or they can speak it, but not in a way that a homeowner can give them direction. You know, they can pretty much say, yeah, I want this area done in this area, but not the back, or something like that. They can communicate with the homeowners that way, but not if there's pruning this shrub, moving this plant, doing this, doing that. They can't do that. So that's kind of been an issue too. And I understand that as a complaint, so I'm not too mad at that either. Lawnscapes of America, hey, hey. So what are you guys up to? I'm talking a little bit about stress. The funny thing is, like, the only time I feel like I'm not stressing out is when I'm working on the equipment, doing maintenance and cleaning them. Like I did this morning, and me and my mechanic have a good rhythm going right now. So when he first started, we got done with the maintenance on all the equipment at 4 p.m. And today we finished somewhere around 11:30. And so we're getting better working as a team. And so I started moving some trucks around, and I'm making some changes back there because now I have a little bit extra time. And so far it's going good. Green cuts, setting expectations with the customer is key, but I love the idea of selling blocks of time. Yeah, it's really great. And definitely the expectation is like a must. And so we do try to do that, but I hate to say it, but customers, like, they don't always tell the truth when it comes with hourly work. They just want to make it sound like it's the easiest job on the planet just so they can get somebody there. And then once somebody's there, that's when they go, okay, I need this done, I need that done, I need this little thing detailed over here. And that's something that, you know, sometimes you can't really plan for, because when you're talking to them, they sound like the sweetest, nicest person on the planet, and then they get there and they're having the gardener do all kinds of stuff that wasn't originally talked about. So we have done some things to make it a little bit better. What we've done is we've sent out an automation. When we book the job, we put it on the schedule. The customer gets an automation that says, okay, thank you for signing up for a block garden job. This is just a reminder that there's no shrub pruning or detail work included in this. This is just weeding and cleaning up leaves. If this was not the case and you wanted more work than that, please call or reply and we will send a garden estimator out to you, but we are about a week out. So basically it says that. And that's been helping out a lot. The other one that helps out a lot is when we finished. So a couple weeks ago when we were finishing, we would just leave and charge them. And then they'd call back like a day later, go, hey, did they ever come? Or, hey, I think, are they going to finish? You know, that kind of stuff. And it's just like, dude, you paid for 4 hours or 8 hours. Like, they did as much as they could. So what we've done too is send an automation when they finish. So when they finish the job, when we complete the job, the customer gets an email that says, hey, we finished our garden block. You know, if you need more time, if you want to schedule out another block, reply to this with tell us how many hours of block you want, 4, 8, or 12. And that's been working out really well. Because a lot of people respond to that and say, no, I'm good, thanks, everything was great. And it minimized the amount of complaints that we were getting, because now they know that we are finished, because we said we're finished. If you need another 4-hour block, let us know. So, I agree. Unfortunately, it's reality we live in. Yeah, and that's kind of the case with sprinklers too, right? Oh, I just have a broken pipe. So we go out to fix the broken pipe, and now they want you to do a full system adjustment or fix a backflow or stop and waste. You know what I mean? A lot of customers just want you there, so they make it sound like it's the easiest thing. It's almost like, you know what, I could do it myself, but I'd rather have you guys come and look at this. And then when you're there, that's when they drop everything on you. So we're aware of that, and you need to be aware of that too. But so what we do is with the sprinklers, when we get there, we say, hey, we're here to do this diagnostic check on the pipe. And if there's any more work, we build out an estimate and tell them we're 2 weeks out. And we're getting really good at doing that on the property. So that's kind of how we deal with that, with the hourly stuff, or the kind of work when a customer says it's really easy and we send somebody out and it turns into a bigger problem. We custom quote things on the property. Obviously, we don't do that every time, but we do it quite a bit. And we're just lucky that we've got people that can do that kind of stuff. So anyway, guys, there's something I kind of wanted to talk about. I wanted to mention it in the title, but I didn't know how detailed I want to get into this. But I'm going to start doing consultation like jobs for lawn care business owners like us that are out there. So I've talked with Rachel, and I want to include her into this kind of program that I'm building out. I want her help building it out too. So she'll be one of the consultants. She's a landscape designer. She's an estimator. She's been here for 6 or 8 years and basically helped me grow this business to what it is. And so I think she'd be a great asset to anybody getting consulting from us. So what I'm trying to do is build out a program that will be a little tailored to every individual that basically buys our consultations. Sorry, I don't really know how to say it. Consult work. So basically what I'm hoping to do is let's say somebody wanted to pay for me to teach them how to scale and grow their business and be profitable like we are, right? Basically, show them all the secrets that I have done over the years, show them what works, show them what doesn't work for us, and how we've grown into the $1 million revenue stage. So what I want to do is find out pretty much as much I want to build out a form that you guys fill out. It'll tell me how many lawns you mow, how many mow guys you have, what's the average square feet on your property, and what your prices are. And what I'm hoping to do is put all that into all our forms and spreadsheets that we use here. And you know what? I don't do that. I'm not really good with numbers, but Rachel is. She's freaking brainiac with numbers. She builds spreadsheets on her own spare time. So, I mean, she's the perfect person to do this. So she'll put all that out and she'll spit out a number, and hopefully you guys will change your prices to what it needs to be, not what you think your market is charging out there. What you need to charge so you can make money, so you can pay for all of your equipment and all your trucks, just like we do, and build a professional mowing company so you can also pay your guys as good as possible so that they want to mow, so they're proud of being a mow guy, you know? That's kind of what I'm in the very, very early stages of working on with Rachel. We had one meeting about it yesterday. And basically I told her I want to include her into this. And so I need her help building out these sheets and what we need to do is build out kind of a course, right? So we'll have that before the person arrives to our shop. So I'm wanting this to be a 2-day workshop. So those that hire us for this will come to our shop for 2 days minimum. But before you get here, you'll fill out this form. So we'll have all this information. So we'll get to know your business before you get here. So when you get here, we can kind of tailor some tactics or strategies for you while you're here. And then we'll also show you, what we're doing and how you can implement that in your business. Basically, show you how to run a successful, profitable business. So, and then you're here for 2 days. And then when you leave, I want to have some follow-up material so that you're doing that. And then if you do that, hopefully we'll have enough stuff so that as you do everything, you go to the next phase of the program. And if you stop doing anything, you just won't be able to go to the next stuff until you do it. So that's what I'm hoping to build out to get you to $1 million range. And if you're doing good revenue wise, but you're looking for profit, we could tailor it around that too. Or if you're just looking for efficiency, we can tailor it around that too. Obviously, I'm wanting to do all of it so that you kind of have a lot of tools in your belt. But anyway, that's coming in the pipeline. And for now, we're just rocking, and we're going to be building this course. I don't know when we'll have it done, but that's going to be coming up. And if you have any thoughts on what I should add in that program, let me know. As I'm writing all this down in a Google Drive with Rachel, and I'm telling you, it's going to be good. It's going to be good because we basically use pretty much the same formula that we're going to be giving you and showing you. So when you're here, I've had a few people come by here. I've had a few people that I talked to on my join membership on YouTube, and so I know some of the things that everybody struggles with, but I also know there are things that you can't help people. They want to do things a certain way, and that's just the way it is, and that's understandable. That's the beauty of being a business owner. You do things the way you want. All I can do is show you how to move the needle forward, and kind of take it from there and customize it the way that works for you. Just like I've customized everything I've ever learned and customized it for me. I have friends that kind of like say, dude, why are you doing things this way? Why don't you do it this way? And I'm just like, I don't know. I just feel like this is the best way for me to do it. I feel it's the best way for the customers, because that's what I'm all about. Sometimes I'm like, driving and I see like these lawn care companies that I've seen for years. Some of them I know them personally, and I just wonder, why did I get lucky? How did I get lucky with my business? And I'm not in the truck anymore, doing the work, and I'm growing this company where I've got 2 employees that have bought houses. I've got one that's buying a house right now, so that'll be 3. And that just makes me feel so awesome, okay? Everybody has cars. So how did I get so lucky? And to be honest with you, what I keep thinking about, the reason why we're successful is because of customer service, because I worry every time we get a customer complaint. I try and make it right away. I don't like leaving customers angry. I give refunds if I have to. I have friends, I have family that say, why would you give that customer a refund? That's just how it is when you order, get services and it's not the way you want. And I'm like, you know what? It's not really about making money. It's about your customers being happy, and then over time, if you do it right, your employees being happy, once all that is working, you can't help but make money. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where when I look at it, I just think it's because of customer service, answering the phone all the time. Now I know when I do these lives, my phone rings, but it's Saturday. We do need a day off, believe it or not. And we have the phone going to another place, and so hopefully they can get answered if that goes through. But yeah, I gotta have some kind of like break, and that for me is Saturdays and Sundays. There are times I want to work on Saturday morning, between 7 and 9. I'll answer phones sometimes. I'll screen the calls, especially early in the morning, in case one of those customers is somebody that's on the dispatch board and they may want to cancel. So I like to just check in on that kind of stuff. But other than that, I need a break, and that's kind of the way I can relieve a little bit of stress, is knowing that on Saturdays I don't really answer the phone. I do scan my emails. I think that's important, and I'll answer emails if I feel like it needs to be answered. I'll even answer that on Sunday, and I'll answer it at midnight if I'm looking at my emails. So and I feel like it needs to be answered. If it's just a simple question that I think can wait until somebody in the office answers, I just leave it alone. But that's kind of my process for handling customers outside of regular business hours. Green cuts. You are an anomaly. Sorry, I can't read. The average lawn care company doesn't have your success. Yeah, I know that. But I think, and that's what I wonder. It's like, like, why? How did I get so lucky? You know what I mean? And I just keep going back to customer service. Also, when I was out there in the truck, man, I never stopped, man. I never stopped. I didn't worry about the money. I obviously wanted to get paid and charge right. I wanted to have good stuff, good equipment. But I always felt like customer service was the most important thing. And I kind of saw the vision. I actually saw this, what we have now. I saw it when I first started. When I came up with the name, I saw this. So I think that's huge too, is having that vision and just trying to follow through to it. I'm doing that currently with the sprinkler division. I've painted a huge picture for them. I think they all see it, and we're trying to get there. But sprinklers is just it's just a beast to break through, like on a bigger scale. It's typically a seasonal service, but I don't need to get into that. But what's going on, guys? Any questions out there? I want to stay on for like another 30 minutes. I've got this new office, so I'm trying to figure out how to put the camera. I don't really like where it's at, but it works. Anyway, who's out there? We got green cuts, lawnscapes. Anybody else out there? So what else is going on here? I think I talked about this. We're currently shopping quotes for health benefits. I think there's like 6 people that are interested in it, so we still need 6 more. I don't know if I count. If I have to be one, I will. My wife has benefits. Hello, Brent. What's up, man? I was talking to Conley, and he says that me, you, and him need to have a lunch. And I think that's true, man. So next time you're in this area, hit us up, man. Let's go have lunch at Neater's or somewhere else. I don't know. I just said Neater's because that's where we ate lunch last time you were here. What do you mean by new office? Did you renovate? No. I didn't renovate. This was the conference room that we were calling. This is where we also had filled out new hire packets with new hires. This is where we talk to people and privately when there's issues, but we hardly ever use it. So I said, you know what? I need an office where I can close the door, because just doing payroll sometimes I can't get through it, and I worry that I'm going to miss my deadline because so many people are asking me stuff. So I need a place where I can close the door. And I've actually talked to my office staff about it and said I'm going to start. The stress is driving me, like, the stress is getting pretty bad for me, that I need a room where I can close the door. And I know some of you are probably thinking, why don't you just leave? I can't do that. That'll stress me out even more. I need to be here, but I need to let people manage their own divisions, which is what I do. But the division managers ask me a lot of questions. Also, when I go out in the yard, the mechanic, he's new, so he's been asking me a lot of questions too. So it's like everywhere I go, somebody's like stopping me and wanting to get information that I know they can figure out on their own. So I just need a room that I can shut the door and work without anybody asking me questions that I know that they can handle. So, okay, I'll come up next few weeks and we can go out. Hell yeah, that'll be awesome. Late to the show as usual, Eden. No, you're not late. Lives are weird, man. They start off really slow, kind of like, I'm just like in a room, just talking to myself. And then it starts picking up. We broke a safety glass window last week. $1,100. Oh, damn. That's expensive. I've never had a window break that much. Brent, you're doing well to not be stressed out of your mind at the business size. Yeah, it's not horrible. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like stress that I think is going to shut the business down. It's mainly customer service stuff, It's operational workflows. I don't think I'm OCD, but I'm very methodical. I like to see things happen a certain way. I like the phone being answered a certain way. And when I don't see that, it kind of like gets me stressed out in a way, because I feel like that's going to trickle down into something. I'm not really a micromanager either, but like I said, I like things done a certain way. And if it's not done that way, I start to wonder what's not happening right, that things are happening like this. Like, what's going on? Is it because somebody doesn't care? Is it because I didn't train them right? Is it because somebody thinks it's better to do it a different way? That could be a possibility, and I'm always open to that kind of thing. But I'm the kind of person that wants to know what's happening if it's not running smoothly. One of the things that I want to work on, and I was supposed to do that this year, was make manuals for everything, right? Al Levy. So if you look online for Al Levy 7 power contractor, you can buy manuals that, well, with our industry, there's nothing in there in our industry. You're gonna have to build them yourself. But from what I understand, I talked to Al Levy on the phone because he does a free 30-minute consultation with you. And he said he would work with me on building one out, but I got to put in the time and do it. And if I do that, we can work on that together. So I don't know. I thought about, I'm not ready. We're too busy right now. We're still, I hired a new sprinkler division manager this year, and so I'm kind of like part of that whole process. So I'm still in there quite a bit, in the trenches in the sprinkler division. So I don't really have all this free time. So going back to that window, Eden, what the hell is $1,100 safety window? What is that? Safety glass. Was that like, what is that? And how did you break it? Sounds like it's something that's there for protection, and somehow you still broke it. Um, yeah, that seems. I want to know about that because I want to be prepared if that ever happens to me, or if I see that kind of window, make sure to stay away from it. Brent, um, are you on track to 2 million? I don't really know. I don't know. Maybe anybody out there with numbers really good. So we are up about $60,000 from last year at this stage, right? So this time last year we were 60K less in revenue. So what does that what does that mean? Rachel's not here, so I can't ask her that. Normally I'll just ask her and she'll tell me, but she's not here. So we're up 60K, and it's May, basically the beginning of May, which is so 3 months in the Mo season, or 3 months in the regular season. So I don't really know, man. I know we did 1.5 last year, and we're up 60 this year. So I don't know. I think so. And that's funny. If Rachel was here, I'd ask her and I'd tell you, but I don't know. But I think we're doing much better than last year. So Eden, big window with special glass designed not to break with normal pressure. Weed eater threw a rock and it shattered. It is in the assisted living home. Yeah, that sucks. Because you got to pay for those windows, man. Our guys, they tell me when they break something. They don't get in trouble. Don't get mad when your people break windows, because then they won't tell you, and it could be a bigger issue if they try to hide it, and the homeowner knows that you try to hide it. It always goes better when they know about it right away. Sounds like you're growing. Great. Yeah, Brent. Do you have a goal for money in your pocket? You're always asking me that, and I'm doing better in the pocket as well, I will say. But no, I don't really have a goal for my paychecks. I'm just trying to, my biggest goal this year is to grow the sprinkler division and kind of invest as much as I can into that. And it's working. It's slowly working, but it's working. But to answer your question, I believe I'm making more money than I was last year too. So, hold on, I got some kind of text or something. Anyway, Eden, last year we took out 8-inch section or 8 feet section of vinyl fence. Just be honest, self-report damage, pay for it, and move on. Clients like honesty. They do. Hold on, guys. I want to check something. No, I'm good. So something happened. What happened? Something just happened to me where damage was involved. And because we told the homeowner, they were super happy. Oh, yeah. So there was a play set in the backyard with a fence, or a swing set that was like 4 cable chains were attached to an elephant, that a little kid would ride. And one of my guys with the grandstand caught on one of the chain that was attached to the ear of the plastic elephant, and it ripped, and it ripped it off. So now the elephant is dangling in the front because there's no chain attached to it. And it was a first time mow, right? It was a first visit mowing, and my mow guy knocked on the door, told the homeowner, and then he called me, and he apologized profusely, okay? He was super embarrassed that it happened, and it's just like, I'm so sorry, won't happen again kind of thing. I apologize, And she said, well, at least you were honest. Thank you for telling me. And she said, I'll just talk to the office, see how we can figure this out. So once he called me, he sent me pictures and everything. I called the homeowner and I said, hey, I just want you to know, the Mo guy said he talked to you, but I just wanted to follow up, let you know that whatever it is that we've got to do, I'll do. And so she was like, first of all, I just want to thank you guys for not hiding it. She said, I've had other service companies, like electricians and things, come to the house and break things and not say anything, where it's very obvious that they did it and they should have said something. And I said, no, my guys don't get in trouble for breaking things. It happens. It's an accident. And it's just our job to make it right and figure out what we can do to make you happy. If that's getting you a new elephant, just tell me where to buy it and we'll do it, And she's like, no, to be honest with you, first of all, thank you for being honest and telling me. So that's that. Second step, she said, well, I'm going to hire, I was thinking I may not want the swing set anyway, but now that it's broken, I definitely don't want it. So what if I hire a company to take it and you pay that bill? And I said, okay, if that's what I've got to do, I'll do it. But let me tell you that I believe buying you a new elephant would be cheaper than hiring a company to move that. So what I would propose is, how about we make today's visit free, which was a first visit mowing. We'll just comp that service. And we charge $75 per man per hour for that first visit. So how about I just zero that out for you and we call it even, or I get you a new elephant. And if we can't find the same elephant, then I'll pay company to come pick up the swing set and take it. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking we can pick up the swing set and take it ourselves. You know what I mean? But I just kind of wanted to see where she was at. Because you know what? It actually cost me more money to probably send my garden crew out to her house to take the swing set. So I was kind of leaving that one as like my last resort. But anyway, she said, yeah, let's make the mowing free today and I'm good. And I want to thank you guys for being honest and we're good. And I said, okay, great. So we handled that. Green cuts. In business, there's always going to be problems. It's how you deal with those problems is what sets successful business apart from others. It's totally true. It's totally true, man. And same thing with reviews, man. Like, reviews are one of those things that you've got to make right. You got to call the customers and you got to tell them. So I have a bad review that was written about my company. Basically because we spread seeds and they didn't grow, and so he was upset at us because he spent a lot of money. But we had it has been super windy, so I'm not surprised if the peat moss and seeds blew off because it's been so windy. But what can we do, right? I mean, we pay for the seeds, we pay for the peat moss, and we spread it. And, I'm paying somebody to spread it, so it's not like a cheap free service. I also have to pay for that too. So, and I explained to him, it's something that you need to water. It's something that, we can't control the wind and the weather. And he was upset and he wrote a bad review. And I felt bad because I do feel like I was dismissive of the situation and I should have been more understanding and maybe even said, how about we spread some seeds in the main areas that really need it. I probably should have did that, for real. I should have. But we have been so busy that I'm just I don't know if we have time, So anyway, when I got the review, that's when I said, all right, let me slow down. I'm going to call this customer. So I called him. I made it right with him. He's super happy, but he still hasn't changed the review. And it's one of those things what can you do? You know what I mean? What can you do? Eden, when we take out yard art, solar light, we just comp the mow. Customers usually happy. Yeah, but the thing is, solar light is so cheap. You know what I mean? Um, those things are like a few dollars. And again, I'm not like, I get it. A free mow, not a big deal. You know what I mean? Um, but it's just kind of like one of those things. I mean, there are some customers that they get something for free, they don't stop. They keep trying to do it. They keep saying, "Oh, what about this? What about that? Hey, this happened this time. This happened." Okay. Oh yeah, I get free mow cuts all the time because they keep breaking $2 things. You know what I mean? So you've got to kind of have some kind of process so that when something like that happens, you say. So with us, it's like, "Hey, will you buy? Can you? If you go buy one, we'll reimburse you that amount plus an extra $20 for your time for going to do it." So I'm willing to do that than just comp like, dude, we comp mows. We do. Okay? We comp mows. I think it's an easy way to make an upset customer happy. And if you got to do it, you've got to do it. So, but you also have to like be mindful of what it is why you're comping, you know. And I think like a little solar light, it isn't something that deserves a free mow. But if you do it, the customer's gonna love you. I'll leave it at that. One of our guys ran over a sex toy that apparently the customer's dog took. Oh man, that's hilarious. We laughed all the way to the door. The customer didn't know that the dog took it. Oh, that is awesome. That is awesome. Man, that's funny. Rags, thanks for another day of sharing your learning experiences. I wanted to ask where you order your custom sprinklers. Thank you in advance. I get them from my local distributor, but the company that makes them is K-Rain. So K-Rain, man, there's another company that does my timers, and I don't even know who that is. It might be K-Rain as well, but I want to say the timer's Beehive, but I don't know if it's Beehive that does it. I want to say, damn, I don't know who does our. I'll get back with you on the timers, but the sprinklers, it's K-Rain. Those, I love that company. I'm not like tied to one company where it's like we only have this brand of sprinkler materials. I use whatever's good, but when I buy bulk, I do buy bulk K-Rain sprinklers. And just the people that work there are so awesome. Like, super down to earth. I've met the president. I've met the vice president. I've met the owner. The only person I guess I haven't met was the one that created the founder. It's because he's like in his 90s. But the people that he has under him or that took over the company are just awesome people. Literally, like, wanted to know like my process when I'm on a property and what they can do to make their products better for tracking, for contractors. You know, one of the things I mentioned was for warranty purposes, I'd love to have a scan, a barcode, you know? And they were telling me the challenges of why that's not in existence, but they were also, while we were having dinner, trying to brainstorm a way that they could do it. Because right, it was the president or the vice president, I can't remember, but I did meet both of them, that was talking with me about the whole thing, and it was really engaged in trying to figure out how we can make this happen. Because what happens is we'll change one valve in a valve box, but how can the customer and how can we know for sure that that was the one valve we replaced 3 years ago? You know what I mean? So they did come up with something and they said that that may be in the pipeline because they think it's a need that may happen, that may separate them from other companies. So I don't know. I think it could be awesome, but just working with, buying products from a company that's like that, kind of like reminds me of Dustin at Lights at Wholesale. He's somebody that like genuinely has a passion for the industry, and in his case it's Christmas lights, and he wants to have the best products, and he doesn't have like a money thing in mind. It's just literally about the products and the contractors. That's what he has in mind. That's what he wants to make better. He's constantly doing research and development, just like K-Rain. So companies like that, like I want to surround myself with, because that's how I feel I run my business. It's all about the customer experience, the employee experience, the internal customers, which are the employees, the outside customers, which are your clients. They all have to have a good sense of the business. So that's where I'm at with that. So anyway, it's K-Rain to answer your question. Eden, we used to run around and try to match and replace a damaged item. Takes too much time. Yeah. The only things I try to match are the arc of the nozzles. So if it's like, if you've got 3 sprinklers that are shooting up, kind of like a Toro nozzle, then I'll try and match that. But if they're all just, if it's just watering anyway, I'll just throw on whatever's best that I have. You know what I mean? And same with valves. Well, with valves, we buy bulk K-Rain. If we have to match the same valve just because we're replacing the insides and rewiring, then we'll match the valves for that. But overall, no, we just use whatever products we can get. You know, and same with the sprinklers, right? If a rotor's a rotor, you know what I mean? Pop-up's a pop-up. I don't really care about the brands. Sometimes there are nozzles that are, those water-wise nozzles are pretty important to match. But other than that, it's whatever works. Lawnscapes. We use peat moss instead of hay. Hay cleanup is a pain, plus customers hire you because of weeds. We don't want to take a chance bringing in something. Yeah, true. Well, we don't use peat moss in the lawn. In the flower beds. We use peat moss in the grass when we're overseeding. And we use a variety of stuff. We don't use hay. Hay is not a thing out here in Utah for the flower beds. We use compost, bark, rock, lava rock, and something called, what's that called? It's like a flat rock that gets very compact. The heck is that called? I forgot. Forgot what it's called. Daisha uses it all the time. She sells that all the time. But I forgot what it's called. Have to think about that one. Rags, awesome. I very much appreciate your response and agree with your thought process. Thanks, man. Yeah, guys. So I don't know if you guys that are on right now were listening to. I'm going to start doing consultations, but it's going to be like personal one-on-one here at the shop. So I want to have 2-day workshop, but prior to the people getting here, and it's just one at a time, right? Prior to getting here, I want you guys to fill out a form so I can get some information about your business, so I can customize strategy and numbers of what you need to charge so that you can make money and charge what you need to charge, not what you think you should be charging because people around you are charging this. You know, one of the things that you really got to ask yourself one day, and we joke about it in the office a lot. We say, if we're not making money, what are we doing? You know what I mean? If we're not making money, what are we doing? The reason why I say that is because if we're charging something and it's not enough to cover our costs, why are we doing it? Why are we stressing out? You know what I mean? So, Eden, dude, next time through, I'm stopping to say hi. Yeah, do it. I always welcome, people stopping by. Think that's cool. But yeah, I'm gonna start having 2-day consultations that I'm gonna start selling, and I'm including Rachel into that, basically that program with us, so that she can help out with the numbers because she's really good with numbers. So she'll help with the numbers, I'll help with the operational side of things, and hopefully we can help those that want to grow their businesses like we did, or grow their profit like we did, and we'll see how it goes. Probably in January, we snowbird. Nice. That would be awesome. Yeah, January will be cool. We do snow clearing. There's still stuff happening around the shop, but that's the time of the year where I'm just so laid back. December, January, and February are my most relaxing months. Yeah, the phone doesn't ring at all, except when it snows, which is nice. So, price for the workshop. Okay, so here's the price we're kind of toying around with right now, and this includes coming to the shop, 10-hour days for 2 days, plus getting a workshop program for you to follow when you leave, and one to fill out so we can understand your business before you get here. And then 2 full days, one-on-one, we're looking at about $2,500. That's kind of the number that we kind of came out with, that we said, you know what, we can dedicate our time to this, and we have to book out these we have to book these consults out in advance so that we can make sure that we're all available, because I want to dedicate that time with you. So that's still in the works, but I just wanted to mention it because I had my first conversation with Rachel about it, and we're going to start really revving that up soon, but I want to have a good program in place so that you can feel good about you doing this. You can see it all in advance. The only thing that's a wild card is like when you get here, if it's a rainy day, you know what I mean? Can't really help those kind of things. But we've had someone here on a rainy, cold couple of days here before, and we still get stuff done. Like there's still plenty to learn, and it's still a very productive day. So, but and then we're also working on snow. So, although I don't feel like we've perfected that, we've got it down to where we can basically have a full year-round business with guys that need to make their regular amount of money all week, every week, even in the wintertime, and we've done that. So we're perfecting that as well, but I feel like we're doing really well with the lawn maintenance side of things, garden maintenance side of things. And so I think we're at a point where we can start, selling our time and experience. And so that's kind of what I feel the next step is for me. No snow in Arizona. No, but it is hot. Arizona's nice. And everybody that lives in Arizona just loves Arizona, like You don't hear anybody saying like Arizona sucks. Like everybody loves Arizona. Eden, right, Troy? We go down for a couple months every winter. Nice. Yeah, I drive through Arizona when I go to Vegas. My wife has family in Vegas. When I go to California, we drive through Vegas, and I always stop there. Um, but yeah, I've never really stopped in Arizona unless to get gas, kind of thing, you know. Although one night we did stay the night there. I forgot why, but me and my wife stayed the night in Arizona, and it was nice. I went for a walk, actually, just to kind of see what it was like. It was kind of cool. 103? Damn, that's hot. Jeez. We're just now getting into the 80s. Just now. And we're still like having cold ass mornings, man. Cold mornings. Eden, we have big fifth wheel or fifth wheel. We boondock in beautiful places. Nice. Yeah, sounds like you're big to outdoors. Yeah, I should take advantage of the outdoors out here, man. We have so much to do out here, and I don't. I've never really been an outdoor person, but because I live here, I've done a lot of things. Like, because my wife loves to hike and go up the mountains, and so I've done that. And you know what I mean. And I've done some ice fishing, things like that. But I really should take advantage more of the outdoors out here. MLGA, I wanted to go to Hawaii for the winter, but don't have the vax. I know. Rather be sipping in Maui Mai Tai on the beach than plowing the white gold. Yeah, you know, I went to Hawaii right before pandemic, and we were gonna go back the next year, but my stepdaughter went first with her husband, and like there were so many restrictions with the mask that I was like, me and my wife were like, we're not going. So we haven't gone in a couple years to Hawaii, but man, I loved Hawaii, dude. Rented a Mustang and just drove everywhere. Stayed in a really nice hotel. Stayed at that Marriott resort in what is it called? Koalina. Does that sound right? Koalina. The Marriott Beach Resort, right next to the Disney Resort hotel. Not that there's Disney World out there. Yeah, Koalina, really nice. Yeah, we would have went back, but COVID. I heard the restrictions are a lot less right now, so I don't know. Hopefully, that's in my near future. Where are you guys at for the season in revenue? I don't really know. Let me see if I can look that up real fast. Where are you at? Where are you guys that are on? What's your revenue right now? You could just do a ballpark. I'm just gonna look because I do have my computer available for that. So we're at 460. 466 right now. So yeah. Is there another question? We had a record week, 24K. Nice. Awesome, Jose. Spokane. Awesome. 24K. What was your record last year? Your highest week last year? Do you remember? Actually, that makes me want to look to see what my week was this week. Yeah, we still got guys out, but for the most part, it'll still be a pretty accurate report. Let's see. So May 9th. May 12th? No. May 14th. Okay, let's see. So now this report doesn't show sprinklers. So we're at 47.6 without sprinklers. I'm going to see if I could find a report. I don't know how to use Service Titan. Damn it. I wish I could. That's a report I should learn how to find. Count receivable? Did that do it? Damn it. I don't know how to find out the sprinkler report. Dang it. Date range. I'm not seeing a date range. Does anybody out there use Service Titan? Probably not. Service Titan sucks, to be honest with you. It's really good for the sprinkler guy or for techs doing estimates on the property. Not an estimator, not the business owner, but the actual person doing the job that's doing an estimate for them to do the job. It's really good for that, but that's about it, man. Things are just so hard to find. Like, I just want to see what we did this week, and I have no idea how to find that. No clue. I go to where all the money that was charged or owed, and it says nothing about dates. There's no dates. I can't do a date range. So collect payments, text, filter. I mean, what if I do like 5/9 to 5/14? Nope. I have no idea. So I need to figure that out. But so based on that, we did 47.6 with our regular services. I know Justin did about $8,500 in sprinklers, just himself. Jose did, let's just say, I don't think he did that much, but I'm going to say he did 5 just to be safe. Oh, damn. And we had a new sprinkler guy who actually killed it too. He did about, I think he did like 3,000. Damn it. Sorry guys. We're looking at ballpark $64,000 this week. That is really good. Really good. And there's so much more potential in sprinklers if we could have more techs, if we can get jobs done. Right now we've got customers upset because we can't get to them. So anyway, there's that. Okay, gentlemen, I'm gonna head out. Green Cuts. Have a great week, everyone. Have a great week, man. Jose with Spokane. Wow, sounds like you're gonna hit your goal this season. I hope so. Well, my goal is 3 mil. Okay. That's a tall order. It's a tall order. It could still happen. But when I made that goal, I had envisioned my sprinkler division be 5 experienced techs by this stage already rocking. And we're at 3 experienced techs. And one of those experienced techs just started this week. So it's not, I don't know if we're gonna hit it, but you know, so my goal was 3 million. That was my big, hairy, audacious goal. But I think 2 for sure. We're gonna hit 2. Hopefully past that. Not sure what the record is. Week with us monthly was 50K. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait till we're doing like $100,000 weeks. You know what I mean? Like if you're priced right and everybody's doing what they're supposed to do, and nothing bad happens that you got to pay for, um, it shouldn't be any big problems. You know what I mean? Like you should be able to have a smooth business at that point. MLGA, what's the proper way to price dethatching? Haven't done them in 3 years and want to get back to them this year because most guys around here don't really offer them. So next week is going to be our last week this year doing them. In this season, we'll do them again in the fall, maybe, maybe not. The only reason why I don't like doing them in the fall is because I would rather have that money in the spring. So I like to put everybody on the schedule for the springtime, not really the fall. The spring is when we're trying to get people going. So we do a lot of scheduling in the spring, even though customers ask for it in the fall, just so we have that revenue coming early spring with new guys and people want to make money again, you know? Because usually by fall, we're still busy doing garden work, mowing still, all those things, you know? But again, it's based on your hourly rate of what you need to make the bills to pay for all the equipment on all the trucks. So with us, it's basically $70 per man hour. 70, I think it's 70. We do 75 per man per hour on that first visit just because it is a little harder. And the drive time between first visit mow and first visit mow, since it's hourly work, it has to be a little bit higher than the $70. So that's why we charge $75 per man per hour for that first visit cut. But if our guys are going from house to house, they need to be hitting $70 per hour in order for us to make a profit and pay for everything and pay for their own wage. You know what I mean? So if you're looking at it that way, I mean, most dethatching, my dethatching average is for a yard is probably $350, $400. $350 to $400 is our average size lawn. Now today we're doing a $600 one, and we are probably doing a $200 one as well too. Actually, I can look at that. Actually, I'm kind of curious to see where those guys are. The only crew that's still out working right now are the spring wake up guys. And they did two $550 ones and a $400 one. There's still two $400 jobs and a $300 one. Ooh, and it's already 3:30. I hope. We'll see how it goes. You know what I mean? Right now, the grass is so tall that they're not getting through their list, and they're actually like getting done whenever they're just beat tired. You know what I mean? And I can't get mad. You know, I can't get mad because, dude, they're working so hard. I know they want to work, and they're not getting these spring wake ups done. I'm hoping they can get one more done. Get one more done. And then I can throw the other two on next Friday, and that'll be the last day we're doing spring wake ups for this year because we're doing so many first time mows, and some of the first time mows are getting pretty bad. You know, the lawns are growing now, so we need to make sure we have crews that are able to do the spring wake ups. I'm sorry, the first time mows tomorrow. Okay, so what was I looking at here? 160K so far, Jose, with Spokane. Nice. Is it Spokane? Spokane. Nice. Later. My sprinkler tech had a 4K day in repairs in one day. Nice. That is awesome. Yeah, loving sprinklers. Me too, sort of. You know, my problem with sprinklers is all our customers, you know, get mad that we don't drop what we're doing and going right to them. You know, because we have customers that have been our Mo customers for years and years, and so when they have a problem, they're like, what do you mean I have to wait 2 weeks or 3 weeks? You know, and I'm like, I'm sorry, that's where we're at right now. So that's kind of something I don't like. That's what's adding to my stress, is that kind of thing, because I know that they're customers that are important to me. They've been with us for years and years, and when they need sprinkler work, they get all mad because we put them on a 2 or 3 week wait, and that adds stress to me because I don't want to do that, but I don't have a choice. You know what I mean? And a 4K day, I don't think any of my sprinkler guys have had a 4K day with repairs this year. I don't think. That's a lot, bro. That's really good. If that's one tech doing 4K a day, you need to make sure he's paid enough to not go anywhere. That is for damn sure. In fact, all your sprinkler guys should be making good money. So again, we've hired. I just got a text from Rachel who says she wants to hire a sprinkler tech who he's really young. He doesn't know what sprinklers, how to fix sprinklers or anything, but she thinks he can learn really fast. And so I want to give him a shot. So that's going to be cool. Well, all right, guys. I just want to throw up a live before I leave here today because I didn't do one last week. And now that I've got things kind of more organized in the yard with the mechanic, I got a little bit of time. I was able to do it today. Still wasn't really organized about anything. But, and this is my new office. So I ordered this desk. This is the same desk I bought my son. He wanted it for his birthday, I think. And so I got it for him. He found it. It's a gaming desk. And when I was thinking of getting a desk in here, I was looking and looking all over the place. And then I went in his room last week to ask him a question. And then I was like, oh, that's the desk I want. So I ordered it, put it together. Here it is. So anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Thanks for the comments. If you're watching this and you don't subscribe, help me out. Hit the subscribe button. Anyway, guys, thanks for everything. Catch you on the next one.